Warning, this video is for comedy purposes only, and as such, should not be taken too seriously. Hey guys, just a quick message to let you know I've started a new channel called Anime Wins, where I'll be uploading videos every Friday and Sunday. A clickable link is at the very top of this video's description, and hopefully I'll see you guys over there.
It was a simple matter of using the Death Note to make Snyder send a letter to me with the location of the gang's hideout. It should be arriving soon.
Highlight! Great news! The letter arrived!
Great news indeed. For Light, I mean. And yeah.
Shido, go keep watch outside. It'll be very convenient for us that you can't be seen by humans. Go outside and keep watch. Got it?
Telling a god that's just been proven to not be killable what to do.
I will make the deal for the eyes.
No way, Chief. Let me be the one to do it.
The most unconvincing, no let me do it response of all time.
I was responsible for handing over the notebook in the first place. Since that moment, I've been unable to live with what I've done. I've even thought of killing myself.
You've thought about killing yourself because you saved your daughter's life? What an idiot!
Deputy Director, make the eye deal with the Shinigami.
Alright, Ryuk. I'm ready.
So you couldn't just, like, stake out the place for a day and use a pair of binoculars?
You know how this works. I write your name, and you will die. Let go of that trigger and put your hands in the air.
A little bit of a bad bargaining idea, given that he can pull a trigger faster than you can write down two names.
Gunfire?
The future, brought to you by 110% bulletproof armor. What's the pointing guns anymore? Instead of killing both of the men standing over their clearly shot or even killed friend, they take out just the one man.
It's all over, Mello! Put your hands up and surrender!
A bunch of ex-cops with over 40 years of experience fail to shoot a man who's clearly holding an explosive trigger.
I can't see the lifespan of someone who owns a notebook, but I can see the numbers above your head. Light. You really aren't Kira.
Wow, so even after being proven innocent by the fake rules in the notebook, even accepted by L himself, his father still suspected him all this time, even if just a little bit.
I wonder what it's about. All they said was that it was going to be some sort of international announcement.
You don't do anything but watch TV, do you?
What?
Massively long arm grabbing.
Do you guys ever think that maybe Kira isn't completely evil?
What? What kind of question is that, Matsuda?
I've been thinking about it, and part of me just doesn't believe that he is.
So now you think Kira is justice too?
Yeah, haven't you looked outside lately? The world's a crime-filled mess. Oh.
I don't really know. But I think that Kira's trying to fight evil and change the world in his own way. And, well, the world's become a good place for people who live honest lives, so maybe...
You're wrong, Matsuda. People are only afraid of losing their own lives. How can you think that's real peace?
Well, because the world has literally never known any real peace. So this is it.
What's going to happen to us now?
It looks like we've been disbanded, thanks to that chicken of a president. No, he's not even a chicken. He's less than a maggot.
Says the kid who hides in the shadows under a fake name and isn't in any real threat himself.
Which of us is gonna reach Kira first, I wonder?
I sense a future diabetic is in that room.
There's no way that Light could be Kira. No, it's more like I don't want to believe he's Kira. But
If the 13-day rule is fake, then we really can't say for sure that he's innocent.
Aside from the fact that his father confirmed he didn't possess a notebook, I'd say under those circumstances people's natural reaction would be to not suspect Light at all.
Aizawa. We have a long history. I can tell exactly what you're thinking about and what's bothering you. Between you and me, you should go ahead and do what you think is right.
Drawing a pair of fake eyebrows on his face?
This is just a diversion for them. They're all selfish.
Nia is a dick to toys.
Let's go. This is our window of opportunity. We can leave via the front exit.
Something tells me the 3-foot-tall child in a police officer's riot uniform is going to stand out. Police come out and literally everyone leaves.
Out of curiosity, did the suspect volunteer to be detained as part of the investigation?
Come to think of it, Light did volunteer to be imprisoned.
If he did, then I'd say that settles the matter, wouldn't you?
All the while, no one is bringing up Light being cleared by his father on his deathbed, a huge fact that hasn't been mentioned again.
Thank you very much. Your information's been quite valuable.
Being too lazy to hold a f***ing phone.
Especially the part about Shinigami's eyes that enable you to see other people's names. It was very helpful. Goodbye.
So this was mentioned, and yet Nia was entirely happy with Light being named Kira, which kind of feels rushed to me at this point, and as though the series had to be quickly pushed into its final direction no matter the facts along the way, which don't quite always add up.
I want to believe that you aren't Kira, but I've got to be certain. I'm sorry to have to do this again, but I want to put you under surveillance until we catch Kira. I'm afraid that goes for Misa Amane as well. I'm gonna search your place right now.
He's very confident for a guy who's not a police officer and is not even in charge of the investigation.
We will unite with Kira and work with him!
Delete!
Best way to rip up the paper you're writing on is to throw your body around wildly whilst doing it. They don't decide to cut the broadcast when the other 4 die, but only when the 5th is killed.
The average Japanese adult would say that Teru Mikami was a child with a strong sense of justice.
Narration.
There is only good and evil. That was one of the first universal truths I grasped from observing the world around me when I was a child. Every human being, without exception, ends up falling into one category or the other.
Even babies?
They died instantly. One bystander was killed as well. That bystander was my mother.
Dead person doesn't have eyes in their photo cliché.
Delete. 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 Delete.
I think he's saying delete way too fast for how long it would actually take to write down a person's name.
Reach out to Kira. Tell him what you think he needs to know.
Instead of just sitting next to each other so as to read the notes as they are being written and without delay, these two sit apart and hand the notes to each other.
Alright, I'll do it.
We nailed it.
No, Light does that afterwards.
My job is to do what God wishes.
I'm assuming he's only got 1 page left at the end, as we can see the back cover.
Determine what he wants most and make our own decisions from there.
El Kira is Light Yagami. Could ex-Kira be Teru Mikami?
Jesus, there's a lot of assumptions in the back end of this anime. Basically because he saw one guy among the hundreds speaking out for Kira, he's suddenly convinced he's the man out of everyone.
If they're only using wiretaps, then it's safe to assume that El Kira and ex Kira have found a way to contact each other through Takada.
Well, aren't you a clever boy? But I wonder how they could break the ancient riddle of communicating without words. Oh yeah, by using a f***ing notepad.
I'm beginning to think he can't be ex-Kira.
No, there is a very high probability that Mikami is ex-Kira.
Based upon nothing more than I saw him on TV and he said he liked Kira. It's almost 100% him. 3 minutes and 30 seconds of a pointless dinner which ultimately went nowhere.
Is the being known as the Shinigami. The Shinigami will be loyal to Mikami, and will warn him if it discovers we're following him.
Do they literally just get him toys based upon the new insights they think he might come up with?
No. She thinks we're together because I haven't been able to break it to her yet. But she means nothing to me. Misa, you idiot. Why pull a stunt like that? No, Takeda, you're just as bad. Why are women like this?
That's womanist.
She was in charge of killing before T. Somehow she gained the same power as I had and found out that I was Kira. In the end, I had no choice but to take her as my partner. It's the only reason I would ever choose such an impulsive girl.
Yeah, this super long silence isn't suspicious at all.
At this point, he talks to himself a little more. I'm gonna zoom in on his lips.
That Shinigami.
You can't make an image with a certain amount of pixels suddenly have more when you zoom in like this.
I left 4 marks. 2 of them are gone. The room's been left just as it was. Housekeeping hasn't come in yet.
This hotel gives you about 3,000 pieces of paper.
In fact, I've already taken it into account as part of my plan. That's why I'm hoping you can help me in that respect.
Ugly looking Death Note dolls that wouldn't have really been made, coming to a store near you.
Nier, kidnapping is a blatant criminal act. You have to stop this now.
Actually, Mr. Mogi and Amane both came here willingly. You can even ask them yourself. I'll put them on the line now. Here they are.
Typing a few letters on the keyboard brings up the camera footage of where the 2 of them are.
Actually, I was against the whole thing, but Mochi said it would be best if I just went along quietly. He told me we would have both been killed if I didn't.
All right. It's fine as long as you both consented to this.
Obviously, she did not consent to it, given that she had to be told you'll either go along with it or you'll be killed. A real expert at following someone can be standing literally right behind you and not be noticed.
One of the attackers was heavily armed. As of this moment, both Miss Takeda's escort team and the police are hot on the tail of the suspects.
Having a smoke grenade is considered being heavily armed. Parking the cars like this leaves 2 big car-sized holes at the top left and top right.
Hey, come on, give me a break. Since when were the Japanese allowed to carry around such big guns?
Now he's at it as well. A normal-sized handgun is not a big gun. It's a gun. Normal-sized.
This man, he's the person that Light warned me to be extra careful of. Mello. Mikhail Kale.
And I'm judging this by the back of his helmet.
Before I take off the rest, could I please have the blanket so I can wrap it around me?
Whatever you want.
Well, in that case, I want to put my fucking clothes back on, you pervert.
I don't believe this. Aizawa and Ide are just too stupid.
No seatbelt.
Lidner. Giovanni. Let's put our best into this, shall we?
This reminds me of something.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Well then, we'll see you shortly.
TV turning off sound effects lets us know it's turning off. Rare moment catches Nier and Light playing the children's game of who can open their mouths the least while smiling. How it should have ended. Just going to say here that this character was actually really cool, so removing a sin.
We only switched part of the fake notebook, but as for the real one, we replaced the entire thing.
SPK is armed with brand new see-through gun grips.
It was only at this time that he seemed concerned whether someone was following him or not. I got into his safe deposit box. Inside was the real notebook.
And he managed this by anime logicking the shit out of the situation, and boom, it popped open. However, another rule says that if you use the notebook, you won't be able to go to heaven or hell. Seems even the gods of death don't know shit about death.
It's the only way to see if it's real. Or fake!
He's hidden a piece of the notebook!
Giving away your plan by shouting like a moron when all you've done is gotten the paper out. This happens. How it should not have ended. Hey everyone, I just wanted to thank you all for watching through this series, which took me around 100 hours to complete from start to finish. I really appreciate all of the likes, comments and support in general you've shown me. If you would like to have a say in which series is covered next, be sure to hit the Patreon link coming up in a moment in the top right hand side of your screen. I've got some great rewards and I hope you check it out to support me. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.